Warm welcome, this is Markus Termin, Astrologisches Stundenbuch, Astrological Book of the Hours. It's the 15th of January 2025. In my view, the most important aspect for today is the opposition in between Mars and the Sun. The Moon is in the sign of Leo today, the whole day, and tomorrow. And tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the evening, Middle European time, the Moon will shift over to the sign of Virgo and then forming a nice trine to the still in the sign of Capricorn positioned Sun. But this is not today. Today is the Leo Moon in combination with the Capricorn Sun, which is not exactly a comfortable combination. From the angle, and also we have the Sun opposing Mars retrograde in the sign of Cancer. Now what is that? Mars opposing Sun and Mars being retrograde. I think it's very helpful to look outside and to open ears and eyes to understand the atmosphere that is going on and what is really happening in the information cybernetics, as I call them, is that the big issue right now these days is the desertation of Ukrainian soldiers from the field, or even in France the so-called scandal of the 155th Brigade, you know. Now, not only that they pushed us into that useless murderous, devastating war, you know, but what is now observable is that the press community is obviously preparing the new reality coming in 2025, which of course will be that something has to, you know, somebody has to step back from their ambitions, to put it that way, and not to say any more about that. But why am I talking about that and putting that out astrologically? Because you see that the desertation, the idea of getting away of what has to be done, is a perfect picture for Mars opposing the Sun and Mars being retrograde. Now, how can we use that in a private sense in our own birth chart? You know, the message is really don't run away from your tasks, from your duty. You know, I'm not talking about those soldiers. I think it's more than understandable for everyone to say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go kill somebody that I don't even know just because you have failed politically completely. And diplomacy has failed, and you struggling and putting me in a game and in something that's not mine. That is totally understandable. But I'm talking about the aspect, and the aspect is kind of obviously shown out there in the public, and we can transform that in our private chart. Now, where do we have to be brave and keep our path? That is in between the houses of Capricorn and Cancer. You know, this is, I've been talking about emotional responsibility. Don't run away. Don't look for any sideways to go. It might be a hard time, but we have to push on through anyhow. As I said, tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the evening, the Virgo moon is coming along to give us after the full moon energy, the relief of an earth trine in between moon and sun. The upcoming new moon is going to be most interesting. We're going to have to look at that. But that's the situation today. Mars retrograde opposing the Sun. Don't run away from yourself, you know, to put it that way. Thank you very much for listening. In case you like this little show, please put up the thumb, you know, thank you for making that. And if you can afford an astrological reading with a genius German astrologer, this is the mail address that you can use to have a direct contact. It's not that expensive. I thank you very much for listening. This is Markus Termin at the 15th of January 2025.